Good morning. Good morning. Mount Carmel, it's Friday, and He makes all things beautiful in His time. Do you believe it? How's your time going at school? It's February, the weather's changing. Exams approaching. Your session will be almost over in 2 months. You change, I believe. He's making things new. Are you involved? Are you really active at school? Do you make good choices? It seems that those who are most involved in life are the most happy. Those who are involved in other people's lives are the most happy. So if you're one of those who likes to draw quiet alone, be by yourself, solve all your problems by yourself, I suggest a different approach. And we're going to go to the land of Israel to see an example. It was a land of darkness, it says. We've talked about that land before. It was a place by the sea, near some mountains, and there are a variety of ethnic groups there. And it says the people who were sitting in darkness saw a great light. And to those who were sitting in the land of the shadow of death, upon them a light dawned. So imagine being in a sad, dark, lonely, dangerous perhaps place, and all of a sudden this huge light, bright light. I mean, how would you feel? Would you be afraid? Would you be excited? You say, finally, we get some light. Finally, the weather's changing. Would you be prepared to change with the change of light to from darkness? Well, it says Jesus began to preach at that time and say, repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. So that was a simple message. One sentence. It wasn't volumes of books. It wasn't many, many theories. It was repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. There's a reason to change, because light is now on planet Earth. And so he was walking along the Sea of Galilee. I like walking along the sea. I enjoy looking at the waves. I love the blue. I love the green of the grass. I love nature. You just talked about the river of God. You guys did not sing that song like it says. There'll be dancing and smiles on your... I didn't see anybody dancing. We'll be dancing. You dance, don't you? Yeah? Can you dance? Jesus made people dance. There was 2 brothers in a boat, because when you go by the sea, you find fishermen. And so these 2 men, one's name was Peter, the other was Andrew. They were brothers. They were with nets, casting their nets into the water, and then they drag it back, and hopefully there's some fish in the net. So they were busy. They were involved with their work. Busy, busy, busy. And Jesus said to those busy people, follow me, and I will make you fishers of men. You will continue being busy. It's just we're going to change the priority. Follow me. The kingdom of heaven is at hand. Repent, follow me. So they have to make a choice. What do you do? Well, they immediately left their nets and followed him. Good choice. So now the three of them are walking along the river or the lake, and they see two more fishermen. These two are not casting their nets, but they're mending their nets. They're fixing where there was a tear, where there was some problem, but they were busy. They were working. They were involved. And they were sitting with their father. So there's a group of them in this boat. James and John. That was the name of those fishermen. They were with their father, mending nets, and Jesus called them. Now, obviously, they have to have their ears open. If somebody calls you, you've got to listen. That person may know your name. I can shout to the end. And something happens in you. Is he calling me? Is he calling me? Jesus was calling those men. And what did he say to them? Same thing. Follow me. And immediately they left the boat, they left their father, and followed him. Pretty simple. Not a big text, not a lot of pages, not understanding archaic languages to know the living God. Very simple. He calls you, you listen, you change, you follow him. And so now he's got a group of men. They're all walking. And the story gets more interesting. Jesus took those men, and he will choose other men. There will be other women following him in this story. What would make those men say, no, thank you, I'm not? Usually they would say, I'm busy. Bahut busy hu main. I'm busy. Can't you see? I'm casting nets. I'm working. My family's hungry. They could come up with 100 excuses. The others are sitting with their older fathers. How can we leave, Papa? How can I change? Papa will be all alone. There'll be many excuses in your life. You'll become a master at giving them. Why you don't want to change. Why you would rather sit in the land of darkness. Why you would like to mope in the land of death and the shadow of death, rather than take a risk and go into the light. Because there is a risk. When you change, all of a sudden everything is new. You're not so smart anymore. You have to begin to learn again. Oh, but what if I fail? If I do something new, I might make a mistake. Yes, you will make a mistake. You will make many mistakes. And it says that the righteous will fall 7 times and pick herself up. Now, how is it possible? Because it says Jesus is holding your hand. He will not let you fall headlong and split it open. He will let you fall because you will learn something. But don't be afraid of failure. Don't hold back from doing something amazingly new today at school because you're afraid. Take a risk. Talk to these older teachers. They took risks. You think it's easy to be a teacher? You're going to be a teacher? Are you mad? You don't make any money. How could you? They had so many people try to discourage them. And they may have been discouraged in their own heart. But they kept going. They kept making the choice, and now they are your teacher. Do you want to make life miserable for them? Do you want to make life even more difficult for them? It won't be difficult for you to do that. Surprise them today. If you're used to do this, do that. Surprise them. It's good to be surprised. So first thing, be involved. Whether you're casting nets or you're mending nets. If you notice, the second thing is they're with other people. There were two brothers. There was a father with them. So I remember school. I remember when I come to Mount Carmel in the morning, I'm always looking on the street. Sometimes when you have many problems, if you help somebody else, your problems go away. When you get your eyes off yourself and onto other people, amazing things happen. It's called love. Love is a very powerful emotion, but it's also a very amazing choice. I love you. When you say that or hear that, it's not a neutral thing. And the last, before you go to your class, you have to be open to new ideas. These men were men. They had chosen their professions. They were going to do that the rest of their life. But then this man comes along and says, "Follow me. Follow me." Well, you be careful who asks you to follow them. That would be my concern for you. There'll be many people on earth who will say, "Hey, follow me. Come. You be careful. What type of man or woman is asking you to come and follow them? What kind of leader is that person? Because if the light that is in them is darkness, how great is that darkness? They will be more than happy to recruit you to a life of pain, misery, confusion, disappointment. Jesus was not like that. He was the light and life of the world. So follow people who will give you light and life. And Jesus invites you to do that with him. So I invite you, Randall Livingston. I was in darkness. I have been in darkness. I swim in darkness. And then I realized, what am I doing? And Jesus is gracious. He comes, the light comes, and he corrects me. He says, repent, believe, and follow me. He does it again and again in my life. To repent means to change, to do a 180-degree turn. You were doing this, and now I want you to do that. And then I have to say, I'm sorry, Father, I have sinned against you. Please forgive me. And he does. He cleans me up. He makes me fresh. He gives me another chance. And I'm excited. And so I stand before you. I am not a perfect person. I know what darkness is like. But I also have tasted light, and it's good. I have tasted fear, I have tasted failure, and I do like success. I like to take a risk and be successful. I could tell you about lots of them this week. This week, my wife has been the winner. She has won so many good things by walking in faith. It's a good position. So, goodbye, farewell, sayonara, till next week. But until next week, I hope that you will be involved, that you will do it with others, hold somebody's hand this week, and be open to follow an amazing person who has light and life. Thank you. Enjoy.